Stop me if you've heard this one. And I said, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? Have you seen that movie?
Oh, no,
Breakfast
no.
at Tiffany's?
You know, that's weird.
Audrey Hepburn is in it.
Yeah, I know.
And Mickey Rooney.
That's the dumbest song, if you ever listen to the lyrics.
Indulge me.
Well, I mean, it's about two people, a man and a woman, who are kind of breaking up. And he says, well, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? As I recall, we both kind of liked it. So they shouldn't break up because they both kind of liked this movie.
He wants their relationship to be like Breakfast at Tiffany's. He's like, you're trying to quit on me because you're quitting on yourself. But you'll still be locked in that iron cage because you are the cage.
Is this anything to do with the movie at all?
That's the exact ending dialogue. I literally sat up late last night to remember. But
you know what? Nobody knows that.
If you kind of like the movie, you do.
Okay, but not...
What about...
Okay, don't sing it.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. So, this is what we're going to debate today, because you gotta grab the people by the bosom, and you gotta pull them in, and the only thing you guys respond to is shocking. So, Mickey Rooney, what say you about Japanese face? Are you pro or against?
Well, I mean, it's done. I mean,
it's the burning topic online.
Do it again, probably, but
I think it's historic. I think it takes guts.
Yeah, but what year was that movie?
I'm gonna say 1962, but I have no proof.
So then it wasn't as shocking as it seems now.
Should it be acceptable today?
It was done. It's a movie. It's a classic. I mean, is that offensive? Yes.
But is it a classic because of that inclusion? And that's what I'm going to argue today. If had Mickey Rooney not been in that movie, what have you left? But just a sad romance, quite frankly. And would they ever get into their apartments?
I never saw the movie.
So
no one has.
You're gonna have a real uphill battle on this one, big guy.
No, I'm just gonna make fun of stuff I don't.
I'm gonna make stuff up that serves my argument. You're not gonna be able to refute it.
In 3 sentences, tell me the movie.
Why he was needed?
Well, tell me in 2 sentences.
The joke is that he was a very insignificant character. His inclusion is just so that they can make fun of the Japanese.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Well, is that necessary?
Well, it's entertainment. Yes. I mean, it's funny entertainment. I mean, it's offensive, but...
If we can't laugh about it now, then... You ever hear the saying, if you don't laugh, you'll cry?
Yeah.
I mean...
But I don't think that's...
I've never met a Japanese person who had a problem with it. I'll say that.
How many Japanese people have you met in your life?
I decline to answer.
No, come on.
I...
Ballpark it.
I refrain. Probably 1 million.
Yeah, okay.
In person or online?
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of them on TV. I think I know their culture really well.
I will say one of the universities, I'm not going to name it because I know you rabid fans would probably
figure out who you is.
Yeah. They have a lot of Asian people.
Okay, not all.
I don't know where, though. I didn't ask. Because that would have been culturally insensitive. If you're on our soil, you're ours. And that's, at the end of the day, that's the beauty of the melting pot.
True.
Is that
out of
when you're here, you're family. But we can send you...
And we have a history of being very, very...
Forgiving
to foreigners.
Yeah. Let me...
Especially once you came here.
Where were the internment camps, by the way? Weren't they in California?
They're in West, I believe. Maybe Washington State.
San Francisco, I thought.
I don't know if they put it directly into a major city.
Hey, where else are you going to put it?
Wait, no, it was in the Bronx, New York. That's where it was.
All right, you might be right. I don't know. Well, when was it? It was in the 40s. Was San Fran even that booming back then?
Well, it was a city.
Sure. Maybe. I don't know. When was the Golden Gate Bridge made? Well, Alcatraz. They could have been there. I think that's technically...
No, they weren't there.
I don't know.
Well, I'm not looking at them, and they're not... There wasn't in Alcatraz.
You're on your phone. Why don't you look it up?
That's what I'm doing. I just did it.
Oh.
That they were far removed from... And it wasn't a bad guess saying...
San Fran.
Yeah, but...
Where was it?
Well, there were more than one, or several.
Well, fuck.
Gila River in Poston in Arizona, Manzanar and Tule Lake in California.
Where is that close to? Let's look. If that's close to San Fran, I get credit.
No.
Come on, man. Come on.
Tule Lake. You think? What do you think?
It's a neighborhood. If you would have said what's Vallejo close to, I would have said I have fucking no idea, but it's close to something.
You've done your research.
I think it's close to Oakland, which is close to San Francisco. Although geographically, I'm not very good with other states. I wouldn't tell you guys what state I do live in. I will admit I don't live in California.
Well, that just gives 49 they have to eliminate.
I know.
48.
That's your freebie. That's your bingo.
No Cali. We're no Cali guys.
Yeah. I'm sure you could probably tell. But, yeah, I thought Mickey Rooney was, minute for minute MVP.
Really?
I mean, for staying for
eyes were all
memory pout. Well, the teeth. I mean, they put horse teeth in his mouth. So I don't really get that stereotype. I mean,
they just wanted to. They wanted him to look Asian, but they wanted him to look like super goofy, too.
Yeah.
And they're not known for having large teeth like that, but
yeah, I've never perceived that.
No.
In real life. I mean, they do have their eyes are different.
I mean, if
I'm gonna say that they're not, I'm like
Asian,
just lying.
Almond shaped eyes.
You ever see Asian women will get, I don't even know if it's plastic surgery or just surgery to get more like American looking eyes. It's such a strange thing to see.
Doesn't look right.
Yeah, just something seems off.
I think that's gone away. I know you're right. I knew that was a thing for a while there. I don't know if that's done that much anymore, but I know that the Asian women did do that.
Yeah, it's very, I guess there's either a huge embrace of Eastern culture or Western culture, and there's kind of a clash. Because if you're if you're maybe liberal, like a city person, you might be like, oh, I fucking love Western culture. And I only want to watch American or English movies. I don't know. I want to go to Japan, quite frankly, so I can't be racist against them. It's just the way it is. It's cultural appreciation.
Not appropriation.
Well, just in general.
Appreciate, don't appropriate.
Can't be racist against someone you admire.
Yeah.
And that's why I can't be racist against the Jews.
Keep telling yourself that.
I was a financier for a brief moment. And I love Pokemon and samurais. So, you'd be the judge. I don't know.
You're basically half Japanese.
Yeah, I can say things very Japanese-like.
Such as?
Harikari. Just the act of cutting one's own stomach open.
Disembowelment.
Yeah. And generally, if you're a high-ranking officer, someone will decapitate you after you cut your belly.
Just as a...
I think they get it over with quicker. Because it's not... I don't even know, man. How long would you live disemboweled? And ironically, the Japanese probably have the answer. Have you heard of Unit 731?
Yeah, that was the experimental stuff that the Japanese did.
Yeah. They think...
They used a lot of Chinese folks for their experiments. I know that.
They think up to 3,000. Chinese were actively experimented on and died because of that. They experimented on how change in pressure would affect the human body, how change in temperature, which
Well, how'd they change pressure?
they would just have like they'd seal a thing and just like pump the pressure up.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
forget what they're called. Tanks,
Pressure tank, I guess.
I guess, yeah. Which would like if you go really far underwater, that's what it simulates.
Yes, you're right.
And then if you
Increase
take
the
pressure,
G-force.
if you take the pressure out, it would be like going to space, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is, I mean, there is some actual credence to that. The extreme temperature stuff, though, seems mostly just barbaric, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
It's like
I mean, you get data from it. I mean, I don't know the
what or how don't we have data on that already? It's the 1940s. You're like, fire hurts people.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't burn them alive and test the results and stuff. It would be.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they may have, but I mean, I think weren't they going for like 140 degrees and not like burning?
I have no.
Like, how
it was
would they test
brutal,
people by
bro.
burning them? Like, what would you could find out?
That's what I'm saying.
Was that okay? So I didn't.
I think it was like how much.
When you said temperature extremes, I didn't know you meant burning people.
Yeah, like burning and freezing them.
Oh.
Which those are the temperature extremes. Not to kind of dogpile you, but wait.
Well, yeah, but
If anyone's still listening, tell DadMan.
I get that, but I thought you meant like, hey, leave them outside in 30-degree temperature for a couple days, or
Well, they would do that, but they would pour water on them first.
okay. So
like,
I
dip
think they were just
They like dip their
sadists.
hands in. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that is what it is. And you want to know the kicker behind it all?
They liked it.
We gave amnesty to the scientists who committed it.
Yeah, why?
So long as we got the data results.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sure that helped us out.
Can you imagine if like Mangala came to America with amnesty?
Yeah.
Would that not upset you?
Yeah. Well,
A good deal.
the only difference is, and it's a matter of orders of magnitude, maybe. I mean, look, they shouldn't have done that, but, and I don't know, I can't imagine that data would be that.
We probably
good
were
for
like, they
anything.
must be smart. And then we get the fucking data and we're like, we made the worst deal ever.
They were just burning people.
We got to keep
Seeing
this
how long
under
it took for
wraps.
them to die.
It's like when
But
Mike
but
Ditka,
Mengele did like tens of thousands.
he couldn't have
He was
done
at
much more
Auschwitz.
than they did.
Well, I guess not.
And there's just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, but he's associated with Auschwitz.
Sure,
So-
I mean, true. I
You
mean,
could say, well, we're going to let this guy go because he's got some good data. It's like, well, wasn't he at Auschwitz? He said, yeah. But he didn't do all the killing.
well, you know,
Just some of it.
he died of a heart attack swimming in the ocean on a beach. Mangala.
Did he make it to South America?
I believe so. I think he went to Argentina.
Yeah, a lot of them went to Argentina.
Which, that's another sickening thing. But back to Unit
And Brazil.
731, which by proxy is back to, what's his name? Mickey Rooney, which is Breakfast at Tiffany's. Maybe we should be more okay with some Asian jokes after what they did. And I don't want Asian hate.
Sold me.
I don't want Asian hate. I want Asians to be level with us. In fact, I think...
Yeah, to be honest, and this is serious, like Asians, and, you know, we're not stupid. We know how offensive that was. But was it so offensive as to not even be something that you would consider insulting? I doubt that's the case, but I don't
if you
know.
did like a way over the top American caricature,
Yeah.
I would hope that I would find it funny.
Yeah, but we weren't discriminated against, though. Whatever. I don't know.
I mean, fuck it. Whatever. I'm sure in Japan they might... I don't know. maybe they wouldn't like you.
Because
we weren't treated great in Japan during the war.
No, we were not.
We didn't like each other.
My one friend, that's weird. Well, he's passed away, but his dad was I don't think he was a pilot, but he was aboard a plane and was captured in Japan. Japanese.
As a citizen?
No, during the war.
Oh, he was like a pilot?
Well, he was on a plane. He might have been a bombardier or tail gunner.
I realized as you were saying that, I was like, there's almost no way civilians were captured, but
no,
it was vague enough to where I wanted to just make clear.
Right. No, he got captured. And
how bad was it?
Well, I didn't hear a lot about it. I guess the only thing I remember him saying is like when he first got captured, they were like, dragging him through the village, and they were just like, kicking him and throwing rocks at him and stuff like that. But you're right, they were not.
That would be rough.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying. 'Cause
in a foreign land, you don't speak the language, and you're a prisoner of war.
And they despise prisoners.
Yeah, they thought it was like cowardly to be.
Yes. In their culture, I mean, because it's
death before dishonor.
Right.
Anywho,
part of the samurai code, kind of.
The movie is good. I mean, I only bring up the Mickey Rooney thing because everyone says how good the movie is, but they are always shitting on that part. And whatever. Dad, you are the voice of reason this episode. I respect that, but I don't think it bears repeating a million times. We all get it. It's still a classic. And I think it's just, you just kind of, if you want to look the other way, look the other way. But it was a joke. It was a different time period.
Yeah.
And
it's easy to judge the past by our standards and say, whoa, it was a different time then. I don't know. I just don't think, I think it's difficult to do that and be accurate in your judgment.
And if you're still listening, Audrey Hepburn was really fucking good. She was.
You
really
say that,
good
or you're still listening a lot. If you're still listening, yeah, she was.
I just want them to know they're appreciated.
They are appreciated.
Because it's easy to click off a video after like 15 seconds. You got TikTok, brain broth. You know what I mean? Do you know what TikTok is?
Some type of social media?
Yeah, by the Chinese.
I'm very familiar with it. Yeah,
it's making people.
I'm not grotesquely stupid, so I like to say.
I never accused you of that.
Well, you kind of said something that made me sound like I was either in a coma or.
It's bad for people's attention spans. The TikTok.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like
people my age have been saying that for 40 years.
It is funny that it's called TikTok because it's like just seconds of your life going by.
Bang,
so you
bang, bang.
Scroll through 1,000 videos. And at least...
I don't know what that's going to lead... Eventually that's going to lead to something where nobody has any attention span at all.
Well, I guess we're going to see soon. But the only hope with these videos that me and you do, Dad, is that it's longer form. And I know we say, me probably more so than you, I say a lot of dumb things, but I hope at least with the Mickey Rooney thing, like just for this video, for example, it does make you at least think like, hey, yeah, maybe I was a little just getting bent out of shape for no reason. I doubt it. If you were actually upset by it, you're probably going to be like, fuck this guy, dislike, never watch it again. Though. And if you're open-minded and you were like, I didn't even really have an opinion on it.
I'll call it it was notorious. That
it is, yeah.
Notorious. I don't want to, or infamous, I don't know. But it's just extremely well known. I think it is maybe a little polarizing. Mm-hmm. Some people are saying, hey man, that was back then,
Yeah.
Things were different.
Which, I mean, people aren't calling for the estate of Mickey Rooney to be ran under. So I guess they're not like going to extremes, but you see what's going on in England, and I mean, if that happens in America, I mean, that they could be like, hey, look, he made money after he did this. He has to pay reparations for making fun of the Japanese.
Yeah.
Which sounds very crazy, and I know, and I am a little crazy, but you just got to be like, hey, man, it's like, it was mildly amusing.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish they would have actually done some funny shit. It was just, like, the joke just was like, hey, there's a white guy dressed up like a Japanese guy.
And with the real...
With the teeth and everything.
Yeah.
You know. We could have done
glasses
better.
On and made his eyes real big.
Yeah. Oh, but overall, Breakfast at Tiffany's, I think I gave it a 4.5. So, just saying.
Well, I mean, it is an American classic.
Yeah. American made, built for tough, and built to last. Humor notwithstanding.
What's it about? I asked you that like a couple times.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
And you have to remember, no more than 3 sentences, because you'll talk for half an hour.
Hepburn is just this crazy... literally, I can't compare her acting style in this movie to any other actress. Type of just wild card character for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's a writer, and they just kind of keep
bumping into each other.
They stay really good friends, and they have these trials and tribulations before they find out that, because they're like sugar babies, that they should just try to make it on their own, even though they're not inherently wealthy. Do you know what a sugar baby is?
I do not.
Okay, so it means you have like an older suitor who you date, but basically for monetary incentive.
It's called sugar daddy. I've never heard of sugar baby, but okay.
Well, if there's a sugar daddy, the person they're with is the sugar baby. I called them sugar babies because the guy is also being paid.
You're over-explaining.
Well, do
as
you feel stupid now or no?
No, I don't feel stupid.
Because I said sugar baby, you're like, I've heard of sugar daddy. Well, they weren't the sugar daddy, Dad.
I know.
They were the sugar babies. And that's why I said sugar babies. Because that's what they are.
Okay, got it. Stop.
So, are you sorry now?
I'm sorry I asked, yes.